Hey there, grammar students. This is Chelsea with Let's Talk. Today, let's break down modals of prediction. So we'll use these when we're just not sure. Maybe something is true, maybe it's not. We don't know. We can use may and might. So they can be used to make predictions for the present and future. Say, she may or might have a highlighter. It's a possibility, I'm just not sure. Prediction for the future. The professor may or might cancel class. Wouldn't that be nice? So present and future, same form. If we want to talk about a possibility in the past, we're going to use the same form as we did for past modals of deduction. It's going to be the modal verb, then have, and then the past participle. So for a possibility in the past, I can say, Jake may or might have turned in his paper. I'm not sure if he did or didn't. He may have turned it in. He might have turned it in. I'm just not sure. So remember that modal verbs are never conjugated. So we'll say she may, the professor may, I may, we may, they may. There's never any different ending on our modal verbs. Also, they are auxiliary verbs. So to make them negative, we'll stick the word not between our modal and our main verb. Jake may not have turned in his paper. So not goes after the modal, before have. Or for past or present, she may not have a highlighter. The professor might not cancel class. So just like everything else we do. And for question, that modal will go before the subject. Might she have a highlighter? Might the professor cancel class? So just like everything else we've talked about. Now, one thing I really want you to notice is that there is a difference between maybe and maybe. Now, I know these look similar and they're used in really similar ways, but the sentence structure is going to be very different. So I could say, they may be at home. In this case, may is our modal verb, and be is our main verb. They may be at home. I can express the same idea with maybe. Maybe they are at home. But here, maybe is an adverb. It is not part of the verb for this sentence. Usually maybe will go at the beginning of the sentence. Maybe they are at home. So whatever you do, make sure you don't say they may be at home. All right, this is wrong. In spoken English, it's pretty much the same. In written English though, make sure you don't say this, all right? No good. All right, we can also use may and might to ask for permission. So, for example, may I ask a question? This is fine. This is just fine English. I could also use might. Might I ask a question? Now, these are both fairly formal ways to ask for permission, but might is like crazy, crazy formal. Nobody uses might. Very old-fashioned. So you can use may. It's still very formal and polite, but most Americans will use can to ask for permission. Can I ask a question? Gonna be the most common for Americans here. All right, finally, if we want to make a prediction, but we are more confident than just may or might. We have something that tells us we're a little stronger in our feelings. In that case, we'll use the word probably with our regular verb forms, not the modals. So, if I'm confident about something, I could say, he's at home. This is definitely true. This is a statement. Or I could say, he may be at home, like we talked about. This is, I'm not sure, I don't know. If we use probably, we're more confident. We think it is true. So I can say, he is probably at home. If I think something's probably not true, I could say, oops, he probably isn't at home. For the future, I will probably drop the class. Pretty sure this is going to happen. Or the negative form, I probably won't drop the class. So for both of these, I want you to note the difference in location between a positive and a negative statement. He is probably, he probably isn't. I will probably, I probably won't. So for positive sentences, probably will come after the first verb. For negative sentences, probably will come before the verbs. So make sure you keep that in mind. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. In the comments, tell me what you might do on your next holiday. This is Chelsea reminding you, it's not nerdy being wordy. Let's talk again soon.